Welcome to Cine'Ta's third season, second episode. My name is Ghulam Donny. Tonight I'm going to be your host. And tonight I have two guests with me. Both of them are the directors of the selected films which will be screened in our Dhaka International Mobile Film Festival 2021 event. We have Sean Ian with us and Zainan Zarif. How are you guys doing?
Doing great. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Sean, let's start with you. So
Certainly.
let's talk about filmmaking. What made you get into filmmaking?
I've I started acting a few years ago, and I have an art degree. I love art. I love creating things. When it's crazy that everything we're living through is what actually inspired me and lit the fire to begin making my own film because there was no filmmaking going on anymore. So I woke up one day, I was just with an urge to write and do something, and I started writing a script and I put it together, and I just sat down with my phone and I said, well, I'm not going to let this stop me. I'm just going to make something and see what happens. And the rest of it is just history. That was it. I sat down and I wanted to try to inspire others too, because I know so many artists out there and people just in going through so much, just like myself. And I just wanted to show people that it doesn't have to stop, and that all you can do if you want, if follow your heart, just do what you need to do. And then, and really, I discovered, which was unbelievable, that you could accomplish all of this from one room in your house with a phone and a tripod and a story. And I guess that's what filmmaking is. It's telling a story, uh, and that's what I really wanted to do, is just tell a story and hopefully inspire people to keep going. So that's basically it.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And Zarif, what about you? What inspired you to become a filmmaker?
Actually, I think it was like more of the passion because I think if you really have passion for something, everything can be possible. Because a lot of people they look after money, and they don't really focus on their pure like talents and passion. But I think that if you want to do something, you should prioritize your passion because for me I think like about filmmaking, like the concept of like capturing like reality and then showing presenting it into like a virtual style is very interesting because it's challenging. You get to see like what other people are doing, and like it's just like just passion for me.
That is amazing. Passion is such a big thing. Like everyone has an inner passion, but nobody really realizes what it is.
Yeah,
Takes
definitely.
some time, but I guess both of you have realized
Yeah.
the passion for
It
filmmaking.
takes it takes a tremendous amount to even trust yourself
Yeah.
and to know who you are, and just follow the path. So cheers to, I mean, it's a wonderful thing. It really is.
It is. Um, I'm gonna request. Is this Rifat?
What was that, sir?
Not you. We have another guest.
Oh,
Is this Rifat? We were supposed to have two more guests with us. One is a lady from Philippines, and
okay.
another is Rifat. He's also from Bangladesh. Is this Rifat?
Yeah, I'm Rifat.
Hi, Rifat. How are you? Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for inviting me, and I'm fine. And you?
I'm great too. I'm great too. So Rifat,
Though I'm sick, I'm a little sick, but I'm fine.
how was
This is
your?
the first time I'm on the live.
Well, that's amazing. Experiencing life for the first time. So Rifat, I'm gonna ask you the same question. Like, what inspired you to become a filmmaker?
I'm sorry.
What inspired you to become a film, to do your film? What inspired you?
At first, I was inspired, inspired to attend this festival. At first, I know about you in radio station. I think Dhaka FM, Dhaka FM. Then I tried to attend here in 2019. At first, I need to support my friend, but most of the time they were busy. At last, I my younger brother support me. Then I just did the work and joined your festival. At first, I inspired by your festival most often because uh, this festival only for mobile phone, and this is very easy task to me to make my own film by using mobile phone, and this thing inspired me to do it.
That is amazing.
Sorry.
This
Sorry.
is what we want. We want to create a different platform because we want to see the creativity using the mobile phone. And speaking of mobile phone,
Yeah, yeah.
I would like you gave a good reason, Rifat. I would move on to Sean again, and I would want to know your reason. Like, I want you to elaborate your reason why you chose mobile phone for your film.
The mobile phone
First of all,
is
Uh,
he can. It's okay.
Sean will answer this question. Then we're gonna move to you. Okay.
The mobile phone was really, it was something that was much like you just said, that it was accessible, and it was something that I had that I could connect with and I could use to tell a story. It was actually, when I wrote the film, I wrote it from the perspective and character of 100 years into the future from today, in a journalistic style where an individual is living and documenting at the end of the day what happened in his life. And I filmed it over the course of 2 months because the character, all he had, everything was, the technology was down, everything was down, and all he had, imagine yourselves, even how you are today in this situation, and all you have is a phone, and you almost become, the phone is like your other person to talk to. And really the main reason with the phone, it was just, everybody has, I mean, just about everybody has one today, and it was just a wonderful tool to be able to use. And what I found that you could do with it is absolutely amazing, because I never even dreamed of what they're capable of these days. Is unbelievable. And your festival, as you also mentioned, that being a mobile film festival, I was specifically looking for things like that. And I mean, I believe that the world's changing a little bit at a time, and I think that it's going to become even more prominent in the future, that people are going to realize what they can do with their phones. And you don't need a full team. You don't need 10 people, like you said you did with your brother and your family. And you could do it with 1 to 2 people, 3 people.
Yeah.
And it's really, it's just, it's a blessing to be able to do that.
Thank you so much. Zarif, what about you?
Yeah, definitely. I agree to most of the points Mr. Sean said. So yeah, definitely, like, not everybody has the DSLR cameras or digital cameras, you know. So the most handy, or like, thing they can have is a mobile phone. So, the tool is not very important. The story is important, the feeling.
Exactly.
It's how you capture the reality into the tool, right? So definitely, like, it is a very like accessible thing. Like, most of the people have got like smartphones, like starting from like very rural people to like, modernized people. It doesn't matter. Anybody just can like take out the phone from the pocket and just shoot. So definitely like the story is important. Like it doesn't matter what tool you use. Doesn't matter if you don't have a digital camera. It's just about like having the proper skill, like just doing your best. So and yeah, definitely.
Okay. Rifat, what about you? What do you think?
Same sound. There is a fact. I'm from a village. I'm from a village where I have no any instrument or to make a film. But this is the first time I made a film by using mobile phone without any instrument. So this is main fact to me. It's a difficult task.
Oh,
I think he's having some technical issues. But what you
yeah, we
said right
lost him.
there, right? That he lives in his hometown and he doesn't have any
Yeah,
instrument. So he just shot everything.
yeah.
It's a
How,
very
Yeah.
how convenient.
hello
Hello, yes,
It's a it's
we can
a
hear you.
hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, this is the main reason I think.
Okay. So I'm going to move on to the
thank you.
next question. And again, I'm going to start from Sean. So, how did you get to know about Dhaka International Mobile Film Festival? And why did you choose to submit your film in our festival?
I was as it's a huge learning process of film festivals because I'm all new to this and I really had no idea what I was doing. And I was as I was moving on and I started to realize I had something to work with and that there was this whole world of film festivals and artists out there that I could connect with, I started looking specifically for festivals that dealt with mobile films. And I was looking for categories such as quarantine category and experimental. I didn't even know what experimental filmmaking was when I started. Uh, but it turns out that I had made an experimental film, which makes perfect sense for everything I went through. And so, but yeah, so I found Film Freeway, and I was just searching for resources on mobile films, and I found the Dhaka Film Festival, and it was one of the mobile. It was all mobile, which I thought was amazing, and I just knew I had to submit to it right away and be a part of it because I knew that's where the film belonged and that was where it would stand its best opportunities of being seen and viewed, because it's so difficult also with a lot of these other festivals. They're only looking at productions that and like you guys were talking about with the films and your resources
Yeah.
to get those cameras into the teams. It's a huge amount of funds that just, I think most average people, even to try to raise money like that, it's just not feasible. And to be able to create something with what you have, and to just like having a pen and paper as an artist and drawing, I'm working on a painting in my basement. And I think a lot of it is just being able to create, and the fact that you guys are running a mobile film festival for the world. You may be one of the only ones that are all mobile at this point too, which I believe is, I think you're going to set a bar, and I think that could be the beginning of change. And I think that there's going to be a lot of people to follow in your footsteps.
That's what we're trying to do. We are trying to set a standard for mobile filmmaking. Thank you, Sean. Moving on to
Yeah.
Zarif. Zarif, same question for you. Why did you choose DIMFF and how did you hear about it?
Oh, really? Like, it's just like I was really like I never thought that I would come across like filming like competition in my country, and to be noted that this is the first time. This is the first time I'm like participating in a competition which includes like mobile filmmaking, And definitely, like for the youth of Bangladesh, I think this competition is very like important because you know I'll like especially like thank DIMFF Dhaka International Film Festival to Mobile Film Festival to like create a platform where everybody can express their ideas, and like not only like people who are grown-ups, but starting from children to teenagers to everybody. So definitely like, and the fact that it mainly challenges and focuses on like filming with phones and smartphones, I think it is a big advantage for us because most of the teenagers and the youth have access to mobile phones. So definitely, it was a big challenge in this quarantine period, especially because we can't go out, and it's a really fun and interesting thing to do while sitting at home. And yeah, I just want to thank again DMFF for like introducing something like this for everybody, and it's definitely a pleasure for us.
It's a pleasure for us as well. Um, Rifat, the same question for you. Rifat, are you there with us?
Yeah. First of all, I wanted to make my own film in 2018 or after passing my SSC exam. Then I have no idea, I have no instrument, I have no support how to make my film. Then I have no idea how to submit my film or how to show my work to any other. Then Dhaka International Mobile Film Festival inspired to do it, and Dhaka International Mobile Film Festival is the first festival where I submit my own, and I before first experience to me, how don't know how to submit a film. I don't know how to write a synopsis of my own film. I don't know how to represent my work. So this is the first time, and now I'm talking in English in my. This is the first time I'm talking in English. This is the good experience to me. First time I'm talking in English, and this is the first live of my life. So I'm gathering some new experience from here, and that's why I'm grateful to Dhaka International Mobile Film Festival.
I did want to say also, I'm so impressed. It's amazing that you can all speak English. I feel sad in a way that I'm so uneducated, but it's absolutely amazing to me that it's just wonderful to be able to talk to all of you and meet every one of you today.
I think like we feel the same way, and it's amazing, like what Rifat said. This is his first time giving an interview, and in his second language in English. So this means a lot to him and to all of us actually from the IFFF.
And your English is wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. You should be very proud of yourself.
Okay. Now moving on to our next question. Now, what like our organization team, we have seen your films, okay, but like our viewers, the ones who are gonna see the screening, they will see the films on day of the event, so we can't give off much about the films. However, we would still want to know what is the initial reaction, or what do you want, what is the message you want to send to your audience, whoever watches the films? Sean, we want to start from you.
When I started writing this film, I wanted to send a message of hope in tragedy, and I wanted to tell a story of an individual living through basically exactly what we're all living through right now. And you'll see that. I think when you watch the film, you'll follow that journey and see how the character gains strength to the end of it and finds the strength to move on and just try to go out into the world and just live. And just, there's some key moments in it, and I think you'll see that when you view the film. But the main story is, it's really, this film was written to relate to everybody in the world exactly right now as is. And I'm looking forward just to hearing people's thoughts on it after they just go through the journey and see what their thoughts are on it and how they feel about it. And I hope that it touches everybody in a personal way, because as he said, everything, it has to come from it has to be truthful. And it was very important to me to tell a truthful story in this. And even, I don't look at acting as acting, I look at it as living. So I hope that you come on this journey through 2125 with me and live with Daniel, and come out at the end of it just reflecting on your own life today and what you're going to do tomorrow.
That's amazing. Let's see what the audience thinks of it.
Yeah.
Zarif, same question for you.
Basically, my film, it gives a message to the younger generation, to the future generation, and to basically the youth, that if failure, or like just getting like an F in studies does not mean the end of life. Okay, there are more like chances out there. You have your talents, you have your beautiful talents there, you can just focus on them, because I believe that with your talent you can go so much farther in life. And there are also like many stories of people that have maybe failed with studies, but their talent has definitely took them very far in life. And my film, it's basically just represents in an abstractive way that to the youth that if you are having a hard time in studies, or maybe you're having maybe depression, anxiety, or maybe like anything like that, stress, very common problem, and it's like day by day arising. Just take a moment and just focus on what extracurricular activities you have. It might be like playing sports, maybe like playing an instrument, or maybe like painting, maybe like filming, maybe anything. It can be anything. So just have to like focus on your talents if studies aren't really working with you that well. And hopefully, like a lot of the young generation who are going to be there at the event, they're going to be able to relate the concept of their life. Yeah, that's basically it. If I say more, I think I'm just going to reveal the whole thing.
Yeah, you're gonna spoil it.
Yeah.
But yes, you're right. The mental health is,
Yeah, definitely.
the mental health is actually a big deal now in
A
our
big
generation.
issue. It's rising day by day. It's very serious.
Very true. So I hope the audiences can get that message. And Rifat, are you still? Yes, you're here. So the same question for you. And before answering the question, Rifat, if you want, if it's your wish, like you can answer the question in Bangla. Banglaয় বলতে পারো. It is absolutely fine. তোমার ইচ্ছা. I think he's having some internet issue.
যদি আবার কাইন্ডলি বলতেন।
আমি বলেছি যে তুমি চাইলে বাংলায় কথা বলতে পারো, কোনো সমস্যা নেই, ইটস ইওর উইশ। বাংলায় বলতে পারো, ইংলিশে বলতে পারো।
ধন্যবাদ।
কোয়েশ্চেন অ্যান্সারটা।
আচ্ছা, প্রশ্নটা যদি আবার বলতেন, আমি নেটের প্রবলেমের কারণে।
হ্যাঁ, অফ কোর্স। কোয়েশ্চেনটা হচ্ছে যে তুমি তোমার অডিয়েন্সে যারা যারা তোমার এই ফিল্মটা দেখবে, এই অডিয়েন্সে তুমি কি মেসেজ দিতে চাও? এই ফিল্মটা দেখে ওরা
প্রথমত আমি এই ফিল্মটা এর ফিল্মের শিরোনামটা শুরু হয়েছে গুপ্তধন, ট্রেজার বা গুপ্তধন শিরোনামটা দিয়ে। মানুষের জীবনে প্রত্যেকটা মানুষ হলো তার গুপ্তধন খুঁজে বেড়ায় এবং সে আমৃত্যু সেটা খুঁজে বেড়ায়। তো প্রত্যেক মানুষের উচিত আসল গুপ্তধনটা কি জীবনের, এটা খুঁজে বের করা, যেটা জীবনকে আলোকিত করবে। এটাই আমার ফিল্মের সব থেকে বড় ম্যাসেজ।
দ্যাট ইজ অ্যাকচুয়ালি মানে এটা আসলে অনেক মানে ইন্সপায়ারিং একটা মেসেজ, সবারই জানা উচিত। Sean, do you want me to translate what he said? Like, do you want to know?
I would absolutely love to know
Okay. So
what he said
basically,
if you
he's
can.
saying that like his film name is a treasure. So what he's saying is that everyone has a treasure that they need to find, and then they need to understand what that treasure is. So it's a nice.
I think, yeah, I think that's absolutely beautiful. I agree with him 100%. And I've had similar thoughts myself that I even said this before. I think everybody in the world has at least one story to tell because everybody is unique and you're your own person. And it's, yeah, I think it's beautiful. It's just, I couldn't have said it better. Thank you for translating it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So moving on to our next question, let's again talk about mobile filmmaking. So mobile filmmaking, do you think it is like empowering the filmmakers, or is it breaking the traditional the traditional lookout regarding film? Sean.
I feel like it's yes to both. Repeat it one more time just so I could hear it. The question.
Okay, mobile filmmaking. Do you think whether it is empowering the filmmakers or breaking the traditional lookout regarding film?
I believe it's empowering.
Empowering
because yes, 100%, because it's giving everybody something that they can use to create, and it's breaking it at the same time. And I even believe that I was talking to, when I did get my partner to help me out with the last scene on the last day of shooting, and we were talking about how depth of field I think was a big thing with the mobile phones because they tend to put everything in focus. And I have a feeling that in the next couple of years with technology, they're probably going to find a way to get depth of field to start to work even within the mobile phones a little bit better. But I think it's definitely going to start setting a new trend. I think this festival is great. And I mean, I don't think you're ever going to replace cameras. I think they're beautiful and I think there's a place in the world. But years ago, when I first started even working, I was a photojournalist and I was working with film and I was in dark rooms and I miss it. And I was thinking it was never going to change. And now it's almost like that stuff is in a museum. So who knows where mobile filming is going to go? I mean, I think that we're at the early stages of something that's definitely going to take off. And I think when people see some of the work that's being created on phones, I think they're going to be pretty blown away because I myself don't even believe what happened with it. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the future holds.
Me too, me too. Zarif, same question for you. Do you want me to repeat the question?
Yeah, it's better if just like one time if you can repeat it.
Okay. So basically, mobile filmmaking. Do you think whether it is empowering the filmmakers or breaking the filmmakers' lookout regarding film?
Firstly, I would like to say that definitely it's interesting to see that like nowadays, like smartphones is just like it's phenomenal. It's just going at the level of like any like normal DSLR cameras because it's very hard to find any difference between a picture taken by a smartphone compared with a picture taken with the DSLR. So definitely, I think mobile filmmaking, it not only like it's just a thing, but it definitely empowers people who just think that, oh, I just need a DSLR or maybe a digital camera to do this or that. So it's an inspiration to see the works of different people, and hopefully we'll be able to see many amazing films in the day of the event. And in that way, I think a lot of younger generation or maybe people over there are gonna get inspired by our works, and that's gonna just empower them to start their own production or maybe start their own journey. So I think that digital cameras are at their own level, and smartphones are just another thing. So I think smartphones, definitely empowers the people. So yeah, definitely, it's a really good thing.
Okay. রিফাত, তো তোমার জন্য এই মোবাইল ফিল্মিং, মোবাইল দিয়ে যে ফিল্ম করলা, এটার এক্সপিরিয়েন্সটা কেমন ছিল?
এটা শুরুতেই বলেছি যে এই আমি এখানে হলো সর্বপ্রথম আমার কোনো একটা কাজ এত বড় একটা প্ল্যাটফর্মে চলে এসেছে। এটা আমার জন্য অবশ্যই মানে উৎসাহ দেবে ভবিষ্যতে ভালো করার জন্য, আরো ভালো কিছু করার জন্য। আর দ্বিতীয়ত মোবাইল ফিল্ম একটা মোবাইল ফোন থেকে যে ফিল্ম করা যায়, মোবাইল থেকে আমার নিজের ফোন থেকে যে একটা ফিল্ম তৈরি করা যায়, এটা প্রথমে শুরুর দিকে আমি যখন ফিল্ম তৈরি করতে চেয়েছি তখন কিন্তু ভাবিনি। আমার ফটোগ্রাফার বন্ধুরা, তাদের কাছে আমি অনুরোধ করেছি যে আমি ফিল্ম তৈরি করব, আমাকে একটু সাহায্য করো, কিন্তু তাদের সাহায্য পাইনি। পরবর্তীতে আপনাদের হয়তো বা একটা টিম ঢাকা রেডিও, ঢাকা এফএম এ গিয়েছিল। ওখান থেকে আমি এই ঢাকা মোবাইল ফিল্ম ফেস্টিভ্যাল সম্পর্কে জানতে পারি এবং সেখান থেকে উৎসাহ পেয়ে আমি এই মোবাইল ফিল্মটা তৈরি করি 2020 সালে। যেহেতু করোনার মধ্যে তেমন পড়াশোনার চাপ নেই, তেমন কোনো আমাদের অন্য সব যে চাপটা সাধারণত থাকে সেটা নেই। তো এই ফ্রি সময় আমি এটা তৈরি করেছি শুধুমাত্র এই ঢাকা ইন্টারন্যাশনাল মোবাইল ফিল্ম ফেস্টিভ্যালের এখান থেকেই অনুপ্রাণিত হয়ে। তো এটি প্রথম দিকে মানে যে কোনো নতুন যারা ফিল্ম মেকার তাদের জন্য অবশ্যই একটা ভালো প্ল্যাটফর্ম, একদম তাদের উৎসাহ, তাদের উদ্দীপনা সৃষ্টি করার জন্য, যে হ্যাঁ, তাদের যদি আসলে মানুষের কোনো কাজের যদি স্বীকৃতি দেওয়া হয় তাকে, তার আরো উৎসাহ তার বেড়ে যায় এবং সেই সাথে দায়িত্বটাও বেড়ে যায় কোনো কিছু আরো ভালো করার জন্য। তো এই জন্য অবশ্যই উৎসাহের একটা জায়গা। দ্বিতীয়ত যারা দর্শক তারাও দেখতে পারবে যে নতুনরা কতটা ভালো করছে এবং সেই সাথে নতুন, পুরাতন, অভিজ্ঞ, অনভিজ্ঞ প্রত্যেকের সাথে একটা সেতু বন্ধনের মতো কাজ করে এই ঢাকা ইন্টারন্যাশনাল মোবাইল ফিল্ম ফেস্টিভ্যাল, যেটা আসলেই যে কোনো নতুনের জন্য, যে কোনো নবীনের জন্য উৎসাহ তৈরি করে। আমি মনে করি যে ঢাকা ইন্টারন্যাশনাল মোবাইল ফিল্ম ফেস্টিভ্যাল ভবিষ্যতে আরো জনপ্রিয় হোক এবং পৃথিবীতে মানে নাম্বার 1 মোবাইল ফেস্টিভ্যাল এই জায়গাটা দখল করুন, এটা আমি চাই, এটা আমার আশা।
That is amazing. শুনে খুব ভালো ভালো লাগলো। আর Sean, let me translate for you, okay? So
Please, yes. Yeah.
basically he said like as he said before, he got the idea of making the film, and when he wanted to make it, like he went to some of his photographer friends, but like they rejected him. They said that they're not interested. So he took matters in his own hands. Yeah, that's pretty sad. He took matters in his own hands and he made the film. He got to know about us from a radio station. I forgot the name. Sorry. And then he submitted the film. And he also said that the global filmmaking is the future, and that a lot of new filmmakers can take this opportunity to show their vision, the messages they want to show to the audience. And he also wants that this mobile filmmaking can take over the filmmaking universe. So it was very nice to hear all this.
I'm very proud of him for just not stopping and just moving on and making his film. I mean, that says everything, and that's really all. You know, it's beautiful. It's excellent. Good job, man.
Good job, Rifat.
It's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
So moving on to our next question, let's talk about the challenges you guys have faced. Sean, we'll start with you. The challenges of creating this mobile film.
Yeah, let's start with everybody's dealing with it. COVID was just, I mean, it was incredible. Just the isolation, which is largely what inspired me to write the film. But beyond that, now once you get into, say you start the process, then there's the editing and putting it all together, the learning curve, so much software. I did do everything on the phone. I used voice memos for voiceover work. The sounds and the just outside noise. There's 1,000 little things when you're making a film that you need to be aware of and learn about. And even just going into the camera and learning that you're supposed to switch it over to 4K at 60 frames per second instead of shooting in 1080 at 30 frames per second, because you want to get your best quality video, and then learning how to transfer the video. And I'm still learning every day. I'm learning something else. And then to go one step further, when I wanted to, some of the earlier criticisms on the film were building the outside world. And when you're making a movie, you want to tell a story, but you want it to be real, and you want it to be relatable. And there's a whole world. So now you have this challenge of creating a universe with your phone. And that was extremely challenging. I was scouting locations for weeks, figuring things out of where to go and how to do this and how to work it into the story, and to just make this. I mean, just you want to bring somebody somewhere with you. And that was, I think, one of the most challenging things to do. And I guess that would maybe be a challenge for every filmmaker. But doing it with a phone and then raising some, because you do things, unfortunately, like everything costs money, even submitting to these festivals, and then trying to raise the money to do that so that you can share what you made with others. So the challenges are limitless at this point, would be my honest. But the fact that we're all here together, it just shows that it's just amazing. I don't know, but yeah, just don't give up and keep working, and every day is a new opportunity to learn.
Never give up.
Yeah, no.
Moving on to Zarif, the same question for you. What were the challenges that you faced?
Yeah, starting from the beginning, I think it was hard for me to actually put together the story, So maybe like you have a gist of this part of the story, but you don't like know what will come after the other. So, it's very, it was very challenging for me to actually find the other half, and go just move on step by step. And secondly, I like to say that the camera, because sometimes since I was shooting in low light, I think, there was a lot of grain, problem with ISO. So I couldn't really adjust the those settings. So, I was limited to a certain like position. And, since this is an individual project, and especially it's COVID, you can't just call a friend or like somebody in your house. So, it's very hard. And for me, I think, I was acting, and I myself had to position the camera, and then again go back and check if I was sitting in the perfect position. And then like it's very tough, especially like doing. And then fun fact, I also had my sister, little sister, and she even like helped me with a little bit of like holding the camera, maybe not much, maybe not, she's not that skilled, but definitely she did play a part, and I'm grateful for that. And then just making sure that you get your desired result is very important, because I myself, when I'm done with shooting everything, and then you put together everything, and when you don't get your desired result, it's very frustrating. So you just have to again go back and look at things you could improve. Maybe you could just put some effects here and there, and maybe you could just add an extra shot to this. And yeah, definitely, yeah, these were some of the hardest challenges I faced. But yeah, I think at the end of the project, I think I got my desired result, and I think that is what matters the most. Because yeah, and some fun fact is that I was this close to like just leaving everything and just giving up. So I'll definitely like agree to what Mr. Sean said.
Yeah.
So never give up. And I was very close to actually giving up on this project. I was frustrated. I was sick, and I just wanted to get some rest. But I think at the end of the day, whatever happens just happens for its own good. So yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, and the challenges that you face, you did everything on your own, like a one-man show here, right?
Yeah.
It's very difficult.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
really, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like one man army or something like that.
Yeah. It's
It's
crazy.
very
It was
tough. It's very
crazy.
tough.
And what he even said about, I was in the shooting, and I guess this is part of the experimental, but just leaning the phone on wood and propping it up and digging holes and I just actually started just putting record and just let it go for a half hour to I didn't even bother stopping it. I just kept going. I just one fluid scene, and then I just spent hours just nitpicking every little thing and piecing it together. Like he said, see what you have and let it just evolve. And that was also part of the beauty of the process, though.
Yeah,
I think.
definitely. I mean, at the end of the day, as Zarif said, you guys got the perfect result. Then we move to Rifat. Rifat, তুমি কি কি প্রবলেমস ফেস করেছো যখন তুমি মোবাইল ফিল্মটা বানাচ্ছিলা?
প্রথমত যখন ফিল্মটা শুট করছিলাম তখন ছিল লকডাউন, মানে লকডাউনের প্রথম দিকে আমাদের বাংলাদেশে করোনা যখন মহামারী আকার ধারণ করেছিল। তো প্রথমত আমার যে স্টোরিটা প্রথমে এটা নির্ধারিত ছিল না, মানে প্রথম স্টোরি, মানে এটা তৃতীয়বারের মতো নির্ধারণ করা হয়েছিল। মানে প্রথমে আমি যাকে নিয়ে শুট করতে চেয়েছি তো তাকে পাওয়া যায়নি। এরপরে আমার চরিত্র অনুযায়ী, মানে যাকে পাওয়া গেছে তাকে অনুযায়ী আমার গল্প চেঞ্জ করতে হয়েছে। তারপরে দেখা গেছে শেষমেশ গল্প আমি ঠিকঠাক মতো শুটিং সেট খুঁজতে হয়েছে, কারণ আমার যে ওখানে যে গল্প অনুযায়ী যে দৃশ্যটা আমার দরকার ছিল, যে পরিবেশটা দরকার ছিল, সেই পরিবেশটা আসলে সচরাচর পাওয়া যায় না। তো এটা আমার খোঁজা একটা সব থেকে বড় কঠিন কাজ ছিল। তো প্রথমত আমি একটা জায়গা পেয়ে গিয়েছিলাম, কিন্তু আপনার সেখানে মানে শুটিং করতে পরবর্তীতে তারা রাজি হলেও যখন শুটিং যেদিন করার কথা ছিল সেই দিন মানে আমরা শুটিং করতে পারিনি কোনো একটা কারণে। এরপরে দ্বিতীয় ধাপে আবার চরিত্র পরিবর্তন করে, মানে অন্য আরেকজনকে নিয়ে অন্য আরেকটা প্লেসে, আমি খুলনায় যে জায়গা থাকি সেখান থেকে প্রায় 29 কিলো দূরে আমার সাইকেলিং করে যেতে হয়েছে। সাইকেলিং করে আমরা দুজন, আমি এবং আমার আর্টিস্ট, দিনের মধ্যে গিয়ে ওখানে শুট করেছিলাম। এবং সাইকেলটাও আমার বন্ধু গালিব, তার নাম বলতেই হচ্ছে, তো ওর কাছ থেকে ধার করে নিয়ে গিয়েছিলাম। এবং 29 কিলো সাইকেল চালিয়ে সেই প্রত্যন্ত একটা গ্রামে মানে সেখানে গিয়ে শুট করতে হয়েছে। তো আমার যেহেতু আর্টিস্ট ছিল, মানে আমার নিজে তাদের মতো নিজের শুট করতে হয়নি, যে নিজে ক্যামেরা সেট করে নিজে শুট করছি, নিজে রিটেক নিচ্ছি, এই সমস্যাটা হয়নি। কিন্তু আমার যেহেতু গল্প অনুযায়ী একজন আর্টিস্ট ছিল, আমার ক্ষেত্রে সমস্যা হয়েছে যে একজন আর্টিস্টকে বা আমার একজন সহযোগীকে সাথে নিতে বা একজনকে পেতে সাথে পেতে আমার অন্তত না হলেও 20 থেকে 30 জনের কাছে মানে তাকে অনুরোধ করতে হয়েছে। শেষমেশ আমার এক ছোট ভাই পরিচিত তাকে দিয়ে কাজটা করানো গিয়েছে এবং আমরা ওই দিন মানে প্রচন্ড গরম ছিল, লকডাউনের মধ্যে পরিবহন বন্ধ, এই কারণেই মূলত সাইকেলিংটা করা। এবং সাইকেলিং করে শুট করে আসাটা এটা আমাদের জন্য অনেক কঠিন ছিল। পাশাপাশি ওই সেই যে পরিবেশটা সেখানে একটা লাইটিং এর একটা বড় একটা ব্যাপার ছিল যে কিভাবে লাইটিং করব, যেহেতু আমার ফোনটা মানে অতটা ভালো কোয়ালিটির ভিডিও দিচ্ছিল না, সেহেতু লাইটিং এর জন্য একটা ব্যাপার ছিল। এবং সব থেকে বড় কঠিন কাজটা ছিল আমি যখন ফিল্ম শুট করে বাড়ি ফিরেছি তখন জানতে পারলাম যে আমার সেই পিসি যে কম্পিউটারটা সেই কম্পিউটারটা কাজ করছে না, নষ্ট হয়ে গেছে, সেটা সার্ভিসিং এ দেওয়া হয়েছে। এবং শেষমেশ আমার এই যে চ্যাপ্টার থেকে আমি আমার ট্যাবলেট পিসি থেকে আমি আজকে জয়েন করলাম, এটা থেকে সম্পূর্ণ আমার সেই ফিল্মটাকে এডিট করতে হয়েছে। এবং বিভিন্ন ধরনের যে সাউন্ড ইফেক্ট গুলো, কপিরাইট ফ্রি যে সাউন্ড ইফেক্ট গুলো, এগুলো মানে খুঁজে খুঁজে বের করে ওর সাথে মিক্স করাটা আমার জন্য অনেক কঠিন ছিল। মানে পুরোপুরি কাজটা কঠিন ছিল, কিন্তু কিছু কিছু মানুষের জন্য আসলে এটা সম্ভব হয়েছে। যেমন আমার যে আর্টিস্ট তার জন্য সম্ভব হয়েছে, আমার দুইজন ফ্রেন্ড তারা হেল্প করছিল, এই কারণে সম্ভব হয়েছে। পুরোপুরি বলা যায় যে লকডাউনটা না হলে এতটা কঠিন সময় বা কঠিন যে বাস্তবতার মুখোমুখি হয়েছিলাম সেটা হতে হতো না আর কি। আমার ক্ষেত্রে আমার বন্ধুরা সাপোর্ট করতে হয়তো বা লকডাউন যদি না থাকে। ধন্যবাদ।
Thank you, Rifat. So Sean, he faced a lot of challenges. The first and foremost is that due to lockdown, he couldn't find anyone to go with him to the place he wanted to shoot the video. Moreover, he had trouble finding a good actor, and even if he found a good actor, the actor didn't show up, or like they had to reschedule because the actor had some problems. And after that, like he had lighting issues, which I guess all of you have.
Yeah.
That's like the biggest problem, because his phone quality is not that good, so he had to find the perfect time for the lighting, and then he had to travel 29 kilometers to for the shooting area. So he faced a lot of challenges. But finally, he filmed it with this tablet of his, where he's using to come live with us, and he has done all the editing and everything in this tablet. So great job, Rifat. Great job. So so let's move on to our next question, and it is the question is: do you view mobile filmmaking as a future for global filmmaking? And like, this is something that I want to add. Do you think in the near future, like for award shows like Oscars or Golden Globes, do you think there will be a category for mobile filmmaking? What do you think, Sean? Let's start from you.
I think there's a lot of people much bit larger than myself making that decision, but I think it would be foolish to think that they're not thinking about it. And I think as more mobile films are shown, especially quality films and things through festivals such as the Dhaka Film Festival, I think that it's going to raise awareness. I think that all these individuals are going to start looking at it. And even just everything these days, the way media is being presented on so many different platforms, and it's all available instantly, and you're looking at things on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook, and it's just this constant flux of footage coming in. I think that it's extremely possible that they may start to look at it this way, and I believe Apple is even pushing to advertise that you can make movies on their phones. And I think that all these bigger companies, I think the awareness is growing. I don't believe that cameras are ever going to go away. I think that it's just going to be different. I think that both platforms will be used. But I definitely think on the low budget side of people that are just trying to create things in this world, and if you can, even the film I've made, has been competing against big camera films, which blows my mind.
Wow.
And a lot of that is because there is no mobile category in a lot of these festivals. So I submitted anyway, just to take a chance to see what happened. And I've been making it into them and done well. And I just never thought it was possible. So just seeing what's possible with a phone, I think it would be foolish to say that these things can't be considered in the future. And I think that they should. And I have a very strong feeling that they will. And especially working with people like you, and the whole world is just connecting through this medium. Without a doubt, I think things are definitely going to change for the better, I think.
Let's hope so. Let's hope we get our own category. Zarif, same
Yeah.
question for you.
Well, I can't really think like if things are gonna work out with smartphones in the future, but definitely it's very surprising. It's very interesting to see the growth of using mobile cameras. So I think like without a doubt, like these films made with like cameras, smartphones, they can actually have a chance or get a chance or hold a position in an international platform or like worldwide, maybe like the Oscar or like any kind of award. um yeah, it's gonna be really fun to see like what's gonna happen after 10 years, because definitely like technology is just like very vast and it's increasing so fast day by day. And yeah, definitely it's gonna be fun to see what people has to create. And especially while smartphones, it's very effective. It's very handy, and you can just you have an incident in front of you, you can just grab your smartphone and just record it, and it's just telling a story. So yes, definitely I think that it might have a big impact in worldwide platforms.
রিফাত, তোমার কি মনে হয়? Rifat, are you there?
আমাকে শোনা যাচ্ছে?
হ্যাঁ, শোনা যাচ্ছে। হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, শোনা যাচ্ছে রিফাত। আমাদের শোনা যাচ্ছে?
আপনাকে শোনা যাচ্ছে। প্রশ্নটা
ওকে,
যদি
আমি
আবার বলতেন।
হ্যাঁ, কোয়েশ্চেনটা হচ্ছে যে মোবাইল ফিল্ম মেকিং কি গ্লোবাল ফিল্ম মেকিং এ যেতে পারবে নাকি না? আর বড় বড় অ্যাওয়ার্ড শোতে কি আমাদের কি মোবাইল ফিল্ম মেকিং নিয়ে কি আলাদা ক্যাটাগরি থাকবে নাকি না? কি মনে হয় তোমার ফিউচারে?
হ্যাঁ, এটা ভবিষ্যতে আমি মনে করি থাকা উচিত। কারণ যেকোনো বড় ফিল্ম মেকারের জন্য তাদের শুরুটা হওয়াটা জরুরি। যেকোনো কাজের শুরুটা, বিশেষ করে ফিল্ম মেকিং এর ক্ষেত্রে তো অবশ্যই কঠিন, যেকোনো ফিল্ম মেকারের ক্ষেত্রে, বিশেষ করে আমাদের মতো বাংলাদেশের মতো কোনো একটা দেশ থেকে। তো আমি মনে করি যে যেকোনো বড় কোনো অ্যাওয়ার্ড ফেস্টিভ্যালে বড় কোনো, এখানে মোবাইল ফিল্ম মেকিং এর আলাদা একটা ক্যাটাগরি থাকলে হয়তোবা আমাদের মতো নতুন নতুন যারা ফিল্ম মেকাররা রয়েছে তাদের জন্য, তাদের যে কাজ, তাদের যে সৃজনশীলতা, এটাকে তুলে ধরার জন্য মানে তারা সঠিক একটা প্ল্যাটফর্ম পাবে এবং আরো উৎসাহ উদ্দীপনা পাবে। সেটা বড় প্ল্যাটফর্মের ক্ষেত্রে অনেক ভালো হয়। আরো বড় প্ল্যাটফর্ম হতে পারে সেটা একাডেমিক অ্যাওয়ার্ড কিংবা বাফটা।
Absolutely, and I think Sean will agree to this. So basically, he's saying that um, this is very important, like having a category for big film award ceremonies for more filmmaking, because for our amateur filmmakers and for the new filmmakers, for them this category is very important, and he believes that in the future, if these award ceremonies can have a different mobile filmmaking category and different award ceremony for mobile filmmaking, then these amateur filmmakers can get a boost, can be motivated to make even better films.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, everybody, you need to create. I mean, and it should be on a level playing field. It would be, and it's not. It should be at least we're all working from nothing.
Yeah.
And it's important. I mean, and even if they didn't, look what we've done with this and today. You guys have given the platform. I mean, you're there. But yeah, it's just make the movie. That's at the end of the day, just make it. It doesn't matter what you have, just make it and live. Yeah, because it's not about any of that. And that was actually leading me to the point that I realized in myself that why am I doing this? I'm not doing this for success. I'm not doing this because I'm going to be somewhere. I'm doing this because it's who I am. So just be true to yourself and create and live your life.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
So the final question for everyone, Sean, again, we'll start from you. And the question is, where do you see yourself in the next 10 years?
Oh, gosh. I asked myself that question 10 years ago, and the answer was completely wrong. And 10 years before that, I'm giving my age away, which I don't want to do. And at this point in my life, I've decided to stop asking that question. And I'm just letting God lead me and letting my feet go. And I just decided that, which is part of why I made the movie too. It's like, I just want to live my life one day at a time. And someone on Twitter the other day said, be the change you want to be in the world. And I just want to be a good person. And I just hope that my presence, that my living and my existence on this planet somehow touches another individual in a positive way. And where I see myself in 10 years is just continuing to do that. I had a tragedy. I'll just say it. In 2012, I broke my back. I'm disabled, and I spent the last 6 years recovering from that, and that wasn't in the plans. So tomorrow I could be gone, and I just can't answer. 10 years, I don't know, but I'm just happy to be here today.
I'm very sad to hear that, and I'm also very happy that you're doing so great now.
Yeah, you just don't know. That's one day at a time.
One day at a time.
And and you never know what. I mean, I believe in God, and you just don't know where you're going to be. But just live your life and be good to people, and just try to just do your best to just put out good things into the universe and let them just live and thrive and blossom. And then the fun part will be in 10 years that, God willing, we're all still here and we can see the fruits of our existence blossom.
That was beautiful. Zarif, let's move on to you. Where do you see yourself in the next 10 years?
Yeah, definitely. It's very unpredictable because, you never know when you're gonna just, leave everything, your family, your siblings, everything, so it's very unpredictable. But yeah, I just want to continue to be a humble person. I just want to, help people with my knowledge. I just want to help the young generation in achieving their dreams because I think they're also striving. And I just want to just continue doing the good work, put on positive efforts. And yeah, it's, 10 years, it's definitely a long time, but yeah, I'll just keep on doing my work and just keep on trying. And yeah, I just want to help people out there because definitely we should also think about the rest in our society, because if we are the only person, having a good life, I think we should also, help and reach out the helping hands to other people who are, having problems in society, maybe the poor children, or maybe like the people who are having access, lack of access to education, or just providing a helping hand. And in 10 years time, I think I definitely aim to achieve a lot, especially in my young age, because I think this is the time where I have the most energy, and I'm very curious about the worlds, and I'm very eager to know, continuously developing myself, learning about things. And yeah, it's definitely interesting. It's definitely interesting question. It's a good question. So yeah, this is my plan.
Awesome. আর রিফাত, তুমি নিজেকে কোথায় দেখো নেক্সট 10 বছরে?
প্রথমত ফিল্ম মেকিংটা কেবল শুরু হলো, তাও ঢাকা ইন্টারন্যাশনাল মোবাইল ফিল্ম ফেস্টিভ্যালের হাত ধরে। তো আমি 10 বছর পর আমাকে কোথায় দেখতে চাই সেটা জানি না, তবে আমি চাই যে আমার একটা ফিল্মের থেকে পরবর্তী ফিল্মটা আরো ভালো হবে, এবং 10 বছর পর আজকের এই ফিল্মটা থেকে 10 বছরের একটা ব্যবধান তৈরি করব। আমি এতটুকুই চাই, তারপর বাকিটা ভাগ্যের উপর।
That's really really nice, রিফাত। আমি লাস্টের পার্টটা তো ভালোভাবে শুনতে পাইনি, একটু ব্রেক করেছে, বাট আমি বুঝছি তুমি কি বলার চেষ্টা করতেছো। So Sean, he's saying that he obviously doesn't know what he's gonna do the next 10 years, but what he believes is that what he
আমাকে
wants
শোনা
is,
যাচ্ছে?
হ্যাঁ রিফাত, শোনা যাচ্ছে, we can hear you.
আচ্ছা, আমি 10 বছর পরে মানে আমাকে কোন জায়গায় দেখতে চাই সেটা আমি জানি না, কারণ কেবল তো কাজ শুরু, এবং প্রথম দিকেই এত বড় একটা প্ল্যাটফর্মে আমার সুযোগ হয়েছে। তো আমি চাই যে আমার বর্তমানে মানে একটা ফিল্মের থেকে পরবর্তী ফিল্ম যেন একটু ভালো হয়, এবং এরকম করতে করতে 10 বছর পর আজকের এই ফিল্মটার থেকে যেন 10 বছরের একটা ব্যবধান তৈরি করতে পারি। আমার এতটুকুই। পরবর্তী যা ঘটবে সব ভাগ্যের উপরে।
ওকে ওকে, এখন ভালোভাবে শুনতে পেরেছি। So Sean, as I was saying, he said that what he wants is that the film that he made right now, and the next film should be better than this, and in the next 10 years, whatever film he makes would be, better than all the other films that he made in the last 10 years. So that's actually an amazing answer. Okay,
Yeah, it's
it is, yeah.
very nice.
So moving on, we have some comments, and I think there is a comment for you, Sean. I think this is for Sean. Give me a minute. Okay. So our advisor, Sajjad sir, has made this comment, and it is, do you think mobile film festivals are making any impact to the film industry?
I believe they are. Well, I feel from my experience and submitting at this point, and there are some festivals that are beginning to have mobile categories, and I think it's trickling in. But I think that you guys might be the only festival that is strictly for mobile films, and it's going to spread. And I think that you're starting something that's going to spread like fire through this industry. And I think I do see in 10 years, I can't imagine that festivals are going to ignore what you're doing and what's happening here. And I think that everybody is at least going to be cognizant or open their mind to the creation of mobile films. And I think that it's going to become a standard at some point. I think it has to. With technology and the way everything is growing, I definitely feel in my heart, I have looked And I think you guys may be the only ones that are really focusing on this strongly. And I think you should be proud of yourselves. And I think that everybody's going to see what you're doing.
Thank you so much, Sean. Thank you for joining us. Again, Sean, Rifat, Zarif, thank you for giving us this opportunity to talk to you guys, talk about your films, the difficulties you faced, and of course, mobile filmmaking. We are actually doing overtime. We should have ended the show at 6 p.m. We were doing 7 minutes overtime, but it's all good. I had a blast talking to the three of you. রিফা তোমার সাথে কথা বলে খুব ভালো লাগলো, আমি খুবই ইন্সপায়ার্ড। তুমি এত প্রবলেমস এত কিছু ফেস করেছো, তোমার সাথে কেউ আসে নাই শুটে, তুমি এত মানুষের কাছে গেছো, বাট দেন তুমি তাও মানে ফিল্মটা বানাতে পারছো। সো অনেক ভালো লাগলো শুনে। জারিফ দ্য ওয়ান ম্যান আর্মি, একাই সব করে ফেললাম। So that's also really nice, really inspiring. And Sean, again, your story, what you faced, what you did, and I just can't wait for the festival. And about the festival is on the 26th and 27th of February, 2021. To 26th February is online, and 27th February is at Star Cineplex. And grab your tickets from our DIMFF Facebook page or from our website. So that's it for now. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Goodbye and good night. Bye bye.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Thank you so much. Fabulous to meet you all.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.